Hello people from the internet, Mr. Pro Lee here. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to move a function strategically. If you've been engaging higher level math such as calculus and trigonometry or pre-calculus, you may need to move the function. So today I'm here to provide you with some interesting techniques about moving a function. To get started, we want to talk about the constant c. C is the unit or number that you add to a function, or c is the amount of units that you moved a function. For constant c, if c is added to the x, sometimes you need a parenthesis. This usually happens when there's a power of the x, such as a square or a cube. If this condition happens, you need to put the x and c in the parentheses and the power outside of the parentheses to make the transition of the function correct. First, if the constant is smaller than 0, the function moves c units to the right, and vice versa, which means if you move the function c units to the right, then you need to minus c to the x of the function. If the constant is greater than 0, then the function moves c units to the left and vice versa. Again, for constant c, if c is added to the very end of the function, which excludes s, which means that c can never be added to the parentheses including x. Just add to the very end of the function. If the constant c is greater than 0, then the function moves c units upward, and vice versa. If the constant c is smaller than 0, then the function moves c units downward, vice versa. Now you should have a basic understanding of how to move a function. So right now we are going to take a look at some examples. So the first one is y equals 1 over x minus 1. In order to solve this question, you need to find the original, which means the function before you add anything to the x. To solve this question, we need to find the constant and delete it so we can get the original. So in this question, the constant is -1. So all we need to do is to take out the -1. So the original function is 1 over x. As you can see, the graph is a nice looking hyperbola, but don't let it fool you. Some people may think it is very hard to move because they are confused by the look of the graph, but in fact it's not. Just follow the rule that I gave you. So the function we are solving is 1 over x minus 1. Here you can see the function minus 1 to the x. Therefore, according to my rules, the function should move 1 unit to the right. So in the new function, x equals 1 is an asymptote, and that just replaces the y-axis before. Therefore, this is how you move the first function. The second example that I'm going to talk about is y equals to x squared plus 1. To solve this equation, we need to find the original. So first, just take out the constant 1, and you will get y equals to x squared as the first original function. When you are trying to graph y equals to x squared plus 1, the function moves 1 unit upward. Notice this time we are adding to the very end of the function. We are not adding to the x of the function because we are not adding the constant to the parentheses that includes the x and the constant. As a result, when the function moves 1 unit upward, there's a horizontal asymptote at y equals 1, and this line replaces the x-axis before. Therefore, there's a way that you can move this function. The third example that I'm going to show you is y equals to open parenthesis x plus 1 closed parenthesis raised to the third. Notice this time we are dealing with the x again because the constant and the x is added into the parentheses and the power is outside of the parentheses. To solve this equation and function, we need to take out the constant first. So the result is y equals to x raised to the third. Therefore, we graph the function really quick and we move the function 1 unit to the left. Therefore, the second graph that I show you is the result of the function. Okay, so this is the end of the video. I hope you learned something new today, especially if you are struggling at math. So, I will see you next time. This is Mr. Pro Lee.